Quite Millennials podcast with your hosts Colby and Bailey. Feels like the very first time we're back, everybody.
It's like a moth becoming a butterfly.
What's been going on with you, Bailey?
Nothing.
Yes, and we saw a movie that we very much liked.
Yeah.
But before that's a little stinger for later in the podcast. But before that, Bailey's gonna do the social media. Just that we're on Twitter. No, we're not.
We're not.
No, I just re-listened to the last podcast when I downloaded it. Bad.
All right, we're on Instagram.
That we are for sure.
At
we're
Not
on
Quite
Patreon.
Millennials. Yeah, Patreon.
We're on YouTube and sometimes on
other
iTunes, if Colby
things.
cares.
Yeah, SoundCloud, if that's still a thing.
What's a movie that you've seen recently, Bailey? That you've been showing to your friend, and that we watched together for the first time after speaking with Tony Licious Constantino for about a half an hour to an hour.
It's very specific.
There's only so many movies that have done that.
Yeah. One comes to mind. It was...
Could it be the 1975 classic?
Cult classic, if you will.
Cult classic.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That movie.
That movie.
I'm gonna need you to, loud a bit.
Woof. That movie.
Oof, baby boy.
Alright, I guess we're talking like this now. Feels a bit disingenuous, but...
It's not. It's disingenuous. Like with an us. So Rocky Horror Picture Show, that's a good movie, huh?
It's certainly a trip of a movie.
Touch me. I wanna be dirty. It's a great movie, guys.
That's basically how it sounds.
I'm almost certain that we have about a 60% band kid audience. Not band kid, what is it called? Theater kids? Which ones do I not like? Theater kid audience. So I think
who will all be fans
mad
of
into
that?
it. They'll be mad into it, yeah.
They've probably seen it.
No, I think that's too old for a lot of them.
No, a lot of them like to be hipster.
Hipster. Pillow. I'm afraid of eggs.
Hut patootie.
Hut patootie, I love rock and roll.
Meatloaf man.
Goddamn Meatloaf. So, if you haven't heard of Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I feel like everyone's heard of it, but only so many people have like actually watched it.
Or know what it is.
Or know what it is. Maybe you've seen the lips and you're like mad weird with it.
Which is true.
Yeah, I mean it's a very weird movie. It's back in the day when movies felt human, you know? Not to get on my high horse over here, but like when you watch like The Avengers, there's no humanity there.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I think people care, but it's so drowned in corporate like interest.
People just be dying.
That's not
in the background.
That's not what I'm talking about at all.
I feel
that, and it's so very clearly like, oh, they're trying to tug at your heartstrings because you care about whoever died in that movie. Black Panther? Did Black Panther die?
No.
Yes, he did.
Maybe.
He did because everyone got mad or whatever. I don't know. The characters are dead forever. Whoa, that's crazy. I would actually respect them if they did just kill off like all of their successful characters.
That'd be pretty funny.
Be mad funny. Mr. Stark. Mr. Stark. That was garbage, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's the fan theory where they're like, oh, well, the reason why Spider-Man took so long to die was because he was so powerful. Black Panther crumbled up in like a second, and he's probably more powerful than Spooderman.
That's a stupid fan theory.
Yeah, it only applies to one. And that's only because all the teen girls want to touch Lil Twink Boy. I'm calling you out specifically. You know who you are.
Ekaterina.
Oh, that's not what I was talking. She doesn't listen. Okay.
Well,
it's been a while. I feel like I wanted to talk about what we've been doing for the past. What's some things that have happened in your life since June 25th or whenever we posted the last podcast?
Since June 25th.
I visited your home a lot.
Yeah.
Visited your home more in the past 3 to 4 weeks than I had in the past, like,
7
year.
years.
7 years? I don't know about that. I've been to your house a few times before. Well, I remember I used to stalk you. When you would be going home in, like, 7th grade, I'd be like, yo, I'm tagging along, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I do.
And then we'd
recall
watch America's Dumbest Criminals or whatever that channel was, where Tanya Harding was one of the commentary people. I watched I, Tanya.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild. She was abused.
Nancy Kerrigan, not a good person.
I mean, she's kind of a thought, but, like, feel bad for her. But she still won silver, so, like...
Yeah. I mean, she buzzed off Disney, so... Who can do that, right?
Only Nancy. Where's my I, Nancy, you know?
Nancy deserves to be told to. Uh-oh.
Her story hasn't been told. Gah! I don't care about PDFs. Adobe Acrobat. Removing backup files. Jesus Christ.
That's not good.
Bad time. I wanna be hungry.
Oh, you got your license since
I got
the
my
last
license.
time.
I want to talk about Canopy Day. Not that.
Okay.
Are we too old for it now?
Canopy Lake Park?
No, Canopy Day specifically.
Why?
Because I feel like the only kids I saw there were, like, freshmen and younger. Like, it was very much a middle school demographic with a bunch of little white kids that all look the same, wearing the same clothes with the same, like, knapsack on their back. Like, they all have the same haircut. They all look the same.
I don't think they get to claim
They're all
Canopy
named
Day.
Anthony, huh?
I don't think they get to claim Canopy Day,
Well,
but...
I think I might just be too old for Canopy. Like, the thrills aren't thrilling and the rides aren't like Disney, you know? It's in, like, a weird middle zone.
I think you just need Disney.
I need to be back to my homeland. There was a time when I started being like, oh, I hate Disney. Disney sucks. Ew. But it turns out that's not the case.
That was
I'm
just a dark
deeply sad
age.
person.
Dark age for you.
Falling for you. There needs to be less singing on my part.
Do you really want to love me forever?
There was, and I think I cut it out of the episode, but it was either episode 23 or 24 where I was just singing Queen's Only the Good Die Young. Because I was gosh dang drugged out on...
Probably a good episode, though.
No, bad. Yeah, I also have been... Let's talk about the Poison Ivy saga.
Oh, yeah. A lot's happened to you. Nothing's happened to me.
I'm living my life to the fullest. I got a car. I've been using it almost exclusively to drive to the gym and 7-Eleven and Bailey's house. And occasionally Millie's house, but that's just a real... Oof. Not her house, her driveway,
The
guys.
driveway, yeah.
Millie, get a better driveway.
Do you know where 7-Eleven is? The other 7-Eleven?
Like Speedway?
Like the one near Shaw's?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you go past Shaw's, there's like that kind of bridge. It's basically like before the highway. There's a house right on the side of the road there, so you have to cross that busy ass road to get to for driving. For me, that sucks to back out, because basically you hit a mailbox and then you drive away.
I'm sorry that's happening to you.
It's okay.
That seems rough.
Yeah. It's really a hard story.
I'm sorry life is so hard for you. You cis white male. This is a low energy podcast, if I'm being honest.
So you got attacked by poison ivy bushes.
I got attacked by poison ivy like the last day of school. Like, no joke. And then it surfaced like that, essentially that Monday.
Kind of just looked like you got stung by a bunch of bees and that you were about to die.
It was bad. But then I took drugs and
it got so much better.
It got so much better, but then I went off the drugs because that's how drugs work.
No. You gotta take them
Just
even
keep
after.
taking drugs until you're dead.
You gotta take them like a week after all symptoms disappear.
It was about that.
You say so.
You know what? It was a good taper, but it didn't work out fully. So then, all around my body, I legit thought I had impetigo, because it looked like impetigo. And I was live texting Bailey everything that was happening. They don't really know. It's an immune clapback is what it is. So
that's a very aggressive clapback.
Yeah, I probably had urethol, which is the substance in poison ivy that your body goes, ooh, no thanks.
Scratchy, scratch.
I probably had urethol a little bit all over my body, but not enough to get anyone else to react to it because it's such a small amount. But when your immune system sees just a little bit of urethol, when it's clapping back, it goes, oh damn, let's go. So my immune system clapped back hard.
It's good that your immune system works so efficiently, I guess.
I mean, roughly, but that doesn't help me when I'm because urethol isn't bad for your body. It's just I think it's like substances that are bad for your body. So you're your immune system's ooh, you kind of.
You got something to worry about. Yeah.
Yum yum, daddy-o.
That must have been a fun time.
So then I went on another taper after she wasn't a doctor, she was a nurse practitioner, but she was I think she knew what she was doing.
That's good.
I don't know. I still go to the pediatrician's office.
Let's talk about that.
My family doesn't care about me.
When are you gonna graduate to the doctors?
They're oh, we don't want to pay out of pocket, hella cash to switch you to Elliot right now. And I'm
go to Derry Medical Center.
Oh, shut up. I mean, urgent care is mad expensive too. I just popped my eye in my socket. What is happening? Ooh, that hurts. A lot. Ow.
Alright.
You know how you can pop your ears?
Yeah.
I just popped my eye and now everything feels bad.
It wasn't refreshing? That seems like it would be refreshing.
Popping your eye?
Yeah.
God damn it, no. There's so much pressure. I think I got a bunch of air in my eye hole.
Well, that's not good. What a great comeback.
This is our comeback episode.
Rightfully so.
We're basically Rocky, is what I'm saying.
Why did we leave?
Why did we leave? Laziness. No excuses there. So shout out to our patron, Heather MD at Cruising Co.
What's her nickname?
She didn't want a nickname.
Oh, I guess she's H-Dog then.
Okay.
And our other ones, Yolanda.
Yolanda didn't pay. She didn't pay the $5.
And Crystal Chu.
Crystal Chu.
Who's no longer a patron.
Who's no longer with us, but that's okay.
But it's okay, yeah.
We're a little salty, but it's okay.
It's fine. I'm surprised Austin has... I'm surprised...
Don't worry about it. We've already outed him.
Carmichael hasn't...
Carmichael?
Hasn't donated
Carmichael's a bad name. I'm saying it right now.
Carmichael's
your name
not
is
a
Carmichael,
bad name.
and I know your name isn't Carmichael, but if we blow up and your name is Carmichael, just leave. We can live without you.
What's wrong with the name Carmichael?
The number of sex offenders has increased by almost 15% in the past 5 years.
And 5% of those are Carmichaels?
At least 100% of those are Carmichaels. If your name is Carmichael, you are 100% times more likely to be a registered sex offender in the United States of America. It's just like a word mixed with a name, you know?
Yeah, Carmichael.
Microscope? Oh yeah, I had my Lego robotics camp, which I think we recorded while I was doing that, or like maybe right after.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
You could be right.
How was that camp? Did you...
Kids suck.
Yeah?
Is something I've learned.
Yeah?
What else is happening? Cross country is gonna start up soon. Bailey, I really feel like things have been going on in your life, but you just don't
have they? I mean,
pay attention. You've gone to like tech parties and stuff, or like student council stuff.
Yeah, I went to a tech party. That
our number one super fan tried to solicit alcohol from some people.
Yes, he did. And then he tried telling me that my cabinet wasn't as big as his, but we all know, Carmichael, I have a bigger cabinet than you. So
my button is much bigger than yours.
obviously.
And it all worked out in the end.
Well, I almost died in a car
The
accident.
president of his own making, by the way,
Wasn't
everybody.
no, it was the state of.
It was the state of mind that allowed you to ignore that stop
I
sign
almost said it was the state of Wyndham, but it was the town of Wyndham
for not lighting up their stop sign.
for hiding their stop sign behind a bush on a very dangerous curve.
I mean, I feel like your dad told you to stop and you just didn't
He
listen.
told me to slow down, but he never told me when to stop.
Usually slowing down is the precursor to stopping.
But he didn't say stop. He just said, Bailey! And then we almost died. But it's fine because I sped up and the guy wouldn't have hit us.
Fun fact, Bailey said he was a better driver than me. We went to Ralphie's Cafe Italiano. What's our review of Ralphie's Cafe Italiano?
I thought it was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I mean...
4 stars. 3.5 stars.
Yeah, it's fine.
4 stars. 3.75 stars.
What did you get? I just had raviolis.
I feel like I should have gotten something creamy, but I had like broccoli juice mixed with chicken and noodles. I feel like there was something missing, specifically the cream.
The cream. You could have gotten Alfredo.
I could have.
That would have given you the cream.
That's what your dad got, essentially.
Yeah, probably. Such a square.
I had to wrap up my knee like a mummy with my weeping knee. Did we report? I think we recorded the podcast before we went to Ralphie's Cafe Italiano, right?
I think we were going to, but it never happened.
We've done that a lot.
It happened a lot. Like, this, we really shouldn't have stopped making. Like, we had a lot of opportunities not to.
We almost every day we've had an opportunity to record the pod.
I've been sleeping in a lot.
Well, yeah, but I slept in a day, but we're still recording the pod, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, we kind of had to today because we posted about it.
Well, see, that's how I got us to do it.
Yeah.
I said, hey, can we record? And then he went, yeah, fine, okay.
Well, I was talking to Millie when you texted me, and then you were like, question marks? And I was like, oof, I've said yes in my head, but...
Oh, yeah, sometimes I do that as a mistake, and sometimes I do that to double text just so people actually respond.
Yeah, well...
We saw a woman in a parking lot who, all hands on phone, none on wheel.
Yeah. People are good drivers.
What?
Have we seen any movies? I feel like that's a thing that we usually do.
I don't think we've been in the theater. Have we?
We went bowling.
That was like a while ago.
Didn't we go for a second time?
Nope.
Oh, I went for a second time. Not fake with it.
Guys, he didn't invite me. Can we talk about that for a second? You didn't invite me.
It was with mi abuela and Primas. Mis Primas.
Orland and...
Yeah.
Bacardi, what's her name?
Bacardi?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Bacardi.
Bacardi rum. Is it okay to drink a rum and coke? No, it's vodka and Red Bull that's bad, right?
Yeah.
That they're like, you'll die if you drink these at the same time.
I remember that video. Didn't a girl like drop dead at a party?
Yeah, there was a lot of fear mongering in that. I think maybe don't drink more than 1 or 2 in a night, but like, I don't think it's something where you need to be like, you'll die at the first.
Just mixing alcohol and energy drinks in general, not that
It's a bad idea. Both of those things are bad for your body, so maybe don't
combine them.
Maybe don't combine.
That's our little PSA. We got sponsored by the FDA.
That's not... I don't think the FDA does that.
We got sponsored by the DEA.
I saw a documentary called 3 Identical Strangers. It's about these 3 guys, and they were all triplets, but they didn't know, and they were separated, and spoiler alert, it was for like an experiment that was entirely unethical. Ooh. Conducted by a former Nazi. A few former Nazis.
Was that a true story?
It's a true story. And one of them, who was like raised in like not the best household, like his dad was very cold and kind of unfeeling towards them, suffered from manic depression and killed himself in 1993.
Rip. I also...
And you kind of knew it about a quarter of the way through because they're like, oh, they haven't interviewed him yet. and then they're using a lot of past tense verbs. So.
Well, I also saw a thing that was a
ring-a-ding-ding.
Not a documentary, but it was a study, and I forget what country it was, but they were giving pregnant women Viagra to see what would happen. But they had to cancel because 11 babies died right after they were born. So they had to pull that study.
Fetal Viagra syndrome.
They were trying to see if it would help with like babies that were in high risk situations.
Oh, well, if they were already high risk, there's no way you could prove that the Viagra killed them.
Well,
why would you raise... Because what Viagra does is it essentially just raises your blood pressure so that...
They thought it would help the babies. It was a country like Turkey, I think, or Yugoslavia. I don't know.
Those are two very different things.
It had an interesting name. That's
Yugoslavia wasn't a country for very long.
Yugoslavia. What a great name.
Too bad it's not a thing anymore, huh?
Well, you can name your kid Yugoslavia.
And then it'll be a thing. That's why if I name my kid Adolf Hitler, it's okay, because it's history. Is that banned in the U.S.? I don't think they can do that.
It can't be banned.
No, there's some countries, like in Germany, it's definitely illegal.
They're just like, we don't talk about that, man.
I mean, they got their own Nazi. I feel like our Nazis spawned German, like, neo-Nazis now.
Yeah.
Because, like, you didn't see that until after. What a horrible time we're living in.
It really is.
The world's goddamn falling apart.
The world sucks, and we are gonna bring it back.
Is this the worst the world has been in a while, do you think?
Probably not. I mean, there was, like, the whole Great Depression, the World Wars, and...
That was... So you're saying this is the worst the world has been in like 90 years?
No. More like 50, 60 years.
That's still really bad. The 70s kind of sucked. That was about 50 years ago. Goddamn.
I'm going back down to the 60s.
60s? The 60s were also pretty bad, but at least you had the Beatles. See, people don't think about that.
I guess. Did the Beatles solve all the world's problems?
Pretty much. Until John Lennon got shot.
Yeah.
That damn Yoko Ono. It wasn't Yoko Ono, everybody. It was the manager that tore him apart.
We can talk about Love Island, because there's a Yoko Ono on that show.
Oh, God. Love Island, if you don't know what it is, it's a British reality TV show where they just put a bunch of fit, as they'd say. Fit is like... slang for attractive in the British
fit.
Isles, and also fit. Usually it's both. Presumably there are some people that are attractive and not necessarily fit. That's a very small margin.
They all have the same exact personality.
As in none.
Except for one.
Except for the normal guy.
Oh, there's a normal guy
and
the mom.
And don't forget Rachel.
They're like the two. Are they together?
They need to be. They're the only ones that belong together as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they're definitely going to leave.
Yeah, they're definitely out, like, first. I feel bad for Rachel.
Yeah.
So basically, the rules are... There's a bunch of attractive people, they're on an island, and if by the end of the week they're not hooking up with someone, or at least, like, officially together with someone... then they get kicked off the island.
Yeah, that's about it.
And those are the only rules. Sometimes they have like dumb challenges.
They don't mean anything.
They don't mean anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just filler.
Yeah.
Because
they might win like a medal or something.
But it really doesn't affect anything.
It's not like Big Brother.
Shut up. The challenges do mean something in Big Brother though, even though. They don't really, because it's just what the studio execs want.
Shut up.
Everyone can know that. Even fans of Big Brother can admit that.
This season's different. This season's been good.
After 23 seasons.
No, the first couple. I mean, one guy did try and murder a woman on the second one.
That was the second season.
Yeah.
That show is still going after that happened.
Yeah.
You don't see that with Bachelor in Paradise.
Did you see what happened with the guy who, like, and then rubbed himself on a girl? Season 17?
No, I don't keep up with your goddamn white trash shows.
Yeah, it was kind of grody.
Wait,
he
rubbed one out, and then
he was behind a girl. They were in bed. She was not facing him.
No.
And he rubbed one out, and then it was all under covers, and then he started rubbing something on her shoulder, and he said to her, "Oh, you have a stain on your shirt."
Oh,
and she was like, "What? What's it look like?" And he was like,
and that's why I don't watch Big Brother, everybody. But Love Island
obviously they didn't show that.
Love Island is a lot more innocent in a way.
Well,
it knows what it is, and it doesn't try to be anything else.
Yeah.
And it's massively popular in the UK, and people that are on there are like celebrities.
That is insane to me.
Is it? You haven't seen the later seasons. They get like budget, like bars.
I'm gonna look for the newest season.
It's all on Hulu. Too bad we canceled our Hulu because we weren't using it at all.
I use Netflix, not Hulu.
It's not on.
Plus, Hulu's changing.
Is it?
Yeah, I heard they're getting a whole redesign or something. Because of Disney, actually.
Oh, yeah, because Disney has like 20%. So Comcast owns like 40% of it. And that's why when people were bringing up net neutrality, like, oh, well, now they're going to benefit like Hulu.
Yeah.
What garbage. Garbage. I'm a Jeep pie. I like penis in my mouth.
Not again.
I feel like that was some banter. It was a bit chill. This is something that you guys should just listen to while you're working on your summer reading.
Yeah.
You're just kind of chilling. Maybe you're trying to find some quotes, but you're still listening to us chill, you know? I'm thinking we should start live streaming the podcast recordings.
Oh God, okay.
But that would also mean and then the streams get archived.
We could become Twitch streamers.
That was one of our goals.
Maybe get some money from Mr. Hands.
Mr. Hands?
Yeah.
Did you mean to say that?
Yeah.
Mr. Hands, the guy that
gives money.
The guy that died by getting by a horse penis?
No, the YouTuber Mr. Hands. There's a different Mr. Hands.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I never really put two and two together, huh?
Did you actually watch the video when I put it in your face?
Yeah, there's 5 seconds that I had to.
Good for that guy.
That poor
Besides
man.
the fact that he's dead.
I bet a Jeep ties into that. Mr. Hands.
He so much is.
He's like, I don't want no one
I like memes.
Messing around with my internet.
Freedom ain't free no more. This is the worst of all possible timelines.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I hate everything. I got a job.
I'm trying to get a job.
Hey, any listeners of the podcast, swing down for a discount at Auntie Anne's or Annie's. I still don't know how to pronounce it, guys, and I work there.
Yeah, what is it? Auntie Anne?
I don't know. I think it's Auntie Anne's. Anne is spelled like Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah. I don't know. You should just be like, hey, I work at Auntie Annie's, and someone can be like,
That. Not that Jasper, a different trans Jasper.
There's so many.
There's so many. Is that a common thing? I know we got a lot of LGBTQIAPK plus in the audience.
A, B, C.
Just say it. We got a lot of alphabet plus people in the audience. Is Jasper a common trans boy name? Is it?
I don't know. I don't think they're answering. Oh, before we go, we gotta give Austin our one task.
Austin didn't even do the last couple tasks.
Yeah, he did. He texted me about it. Did he not? Yeah, okay.
He didn't comment it. I didn't hear when we first talked about the Christopher Robin movie.
I got a text about all that, I think.
He's supposed to comment it.
Sorry, Austin. It's your fault.
Austin.
I mean Carmichael.
Austin equals Carmichael, in case people haven't put that together. Also equals Louis.
That's what it was.
You forgot Louis? You thought Carmichael.
I didn't think it was Carmichael, but...
We need to cut this off, Bailey.
Alright.
Well, we need a task.
Cut it out.
Austin, give us the time code when you felt it was the slowest in this episode.
Yeah. That's a good one. Because it's going to be hard to figure out.
Yeah. You'll need to listen to this a few times, but not 100, Austin.
Just like the Rocky
Horror Picture Show. I'm going to watch that again, man.
Okay, well, I don't think I can handle that 2 days in a row. I don't know how you handle that, like, 6 hours in a row.
I enjoyed myself very much so. Because you notice, like, little things.
Yeah, like the shrine and...
No, the shrine was very much obvious.
Not the first time.
Really?
Not the first time it's shown.
Oh.
Whatever.
Maybe I saw it
Anywho.
It's actually my 4th time. We're on iTunes sometimes. We're on YouTube all the time.
Stitcher, Google Plus, Google Play.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I'm gonna get some more.
Google Play is not...
It's an app store.
We're on the App Store.
It's the Samsung.
I mean, I'm learning how to code for apps.
And
apparently that's not good enough on its own, listeners. So I guess we'll end on that note. You're never good enough is the lesson of this episode. Goodbye.